So, first off this afternoon, I don't know whether you remember this from, well, it was about this time last year, actually.
Winner of the BBC Songs of Praise Gospel Choir of the Year 2023 is EAGA Gospel.
Of course they were. Yeah, the EAGA Gospel Choir won the BBC Songs of Praise Gospel Choir of the Year 2023. They are, frankly, a choir we are very proud of here in the East Midlands, and they've popped into the studio to announce ambitious new projects, and the stuff they're up to is astounding. They even want to make a studio album. We'll talk about that in a second. But here's just a taster of them in full flow. They are utterly brilliant. Joining us in the studio is the coordinator for the choir, Ella Candy, and the musical director, Jordan Anderson, who's just sat down, made himself comfortable and said, "Oh, I like a chat." How are you both?
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, it's so great to have you in the studio. Hearing that again, it just puts the tingles on my spine. It was amazing. What a year you had last year, Ella.
We did. It was a successful year.
I mean, the success and there's success on a national front. I mean, you must be thrilled, aren't you?
Oh, 1000%. I mean, it was an experience, to be honest with you, and I'm just happy. I'm glad. It went well. So,
and of course, the great thing is that all the stress involves that's a year ago, and you're in that kind of lovely, warm period where you're just kind of doing your stuff now, and you've got some amazing projects ongoing. Ella, give us an idea of what the last year's been like.
Last year was pretty hard work because, after coming out of the lockdown, we just really wanted to demonstrate that we're still around. And so winning the Gospel Choir of the Year meant a lot to us, and even for the city of Leicester, because during Christmas time we sing everywhere. So last year we were all about singing at events. We even went to Spain at Got Talent for All Stars. So we're considered as stars.
Oh, we always knew you were stars. I'm just saying. But Jordan, in a sense, I mean, I was going to say gospel's having its moment. I don't think it would be fair to say that gospel's ever not had its moment. But there was that astonishing gospel music at the coronation. It just feels like people are really into it at the minute. Is that something you've spotted?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like with this country, I feel it's becoming more of a norm to listen to gospel music, and what better time than now, really, for us as well, in terms of showing our talent and what we want to achieve, and even the message that we're trying to bring, which is love, peace, harmony, So what better time than now?
Isn't that the truth? Do you know what? Last week we had one of the finalists of the Great British Bake Off on, and he was talking about books. And, you get finalists and winners, that kind of thing, and they write books. You need to do an album, and that's kind of happening. And I love the way you casually let on to my producer, well, yeah, we want to do an album. We've got a bit of help. Yeah, I mean, kind of Dire Straits want to give us a hand. I mean, it's not just some musical producer. You're doing it at Mark Knopfler's studio. Yeah. The guitarist is going to be... tell us how that all came about.
Do you want to say it?
Yeah, we've got great connections.
You're not kidding.
So our great friends, the Gilberts on Heart, obviously connected us. So we sang at their son's wedding, and we played with John, and he loved our music. And also Tom Allen, the producer, he's well renowned, and he's done great work. So we're working with these great people, and I think it's just the quality that we produce. It just attracts great people.
And yeah, sure. And I think also it's just having that smile on our faces when we sing. They just love our energy. So they just said, why not? Why not?
But you hit on I think that's a really important point. Music is hard. I mean, I know it comes from a place of joy and creativity and all the rest of it, but actually getting in the music trade, it is hard. Being spotted and all the rest of it, it can be a bit of a slog. So you rock up to a studio, and I can just imagine that there's lots of laughter and smiles, that the music is beautiful, the music is uplifting. That's got to lift everybody around you. So no wonder they want you to come and work.
Yeah, 1000%. I mean, for us, the choir is not just the choir. It's a community,
Yeah.
you know. It's where we get together and have fun in doing what we love to do. And they saw that and wanted to be a part of it. Every time they see the choir, they're just overwhelmed. We just see the same people crying every time, but tears of joy, you know. So because it's not just about the singing, but it's what we try to bring, which is the love, the harmony, the community spirit that they want to be a part of.
So just to hammer this point home, because I think it's worth doing, who's playing bass on your album?
The man himself, John Ilsley.
John Ilsley, bass player with Dire Straits, one of the great rock bands of the last, I don't know how long they've been going for, 40 years, whatever it is. They're amazing. I've got many of their albums. I'm thrilled to be in the same room as people that have met them, apart from anything else. What an exciting, I mean, it is an exciting ride, isn't it? And
Yes.
and let's be clear, at the background of all of this, of course, it's based on faith, isn't it?
Yes,
And
it
how does that inform what you do with the choir?
You know, our faith is the core of what we do, and we just want to spread that love, and I think it's important in this time. And also Leicester has been that support system, and just sharing the joy, you know, the love of God. You know, we can still love each other. You know, we can still be in harmony. And us, you know, being a choir, we're sharing that message of harmony. And the world needs to be in harmony. If the world was like a choir, what a better place to be.
For sure.
Jordan is, you know, my dad was saying, my late father, he passed away a couple of years ago, and he sung in a choir, rock choir, and I swear my dad couldn't hold a note. I didn't, and it was such a surprise when he said, I'm going to go and sing in a choir. It's like, well, you're not, in my entire life, you've never sung. What are you doing, Dad? And of course, he absolutely adored it, and he sang with them for 10 years, and it was that sense of community, I think, and they were, when he passed away, we had so many members of the choir come to his funeral and all the rest of it, and it was I got it because he was part of a thing, and that's uplifting,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes, 1000%. And it's amazing what music does, you know. And even with the members in the choir, people that come from different walks of life, you know. And you mentioned something about faith, and in their life they were going through rough, hard times, and it was faith in terms of them coming out of that life to join the choir and for them to progress in whatever they want to do as well. So the choir is, I don't know how to explain it. It's a game-changing thing, you know, if I can explain it like that, because sometimes for some people, yes, it's about the singing, but for others, it's also about, you know what, this is going to help me transform my life to become a better person. And that's what gospel music is also about.
Yeah.
And that's why we are creating this album.
You've got to get the album out. Albums don't come cheap.
Oh, no.
So is there a fundraiser going on? How are you doing that?
Yes, there is a fundraising going on. So we are on GoFundMe page, but I must mention that during Christmas period, For Spark and John Lewis and just the community of Leicester have been so supportive because we sing around, and then, you know, they give us those opportunities. And so far we've managed to raise £10,576.74.
The 74p is really important.
It's very important.
Of course it is.
So we just shot for, our target is 28,000.
Right. So you've got a way to go.
Yes.
So where does that mean? Have you started to do it? Have you started to lay tracks down, or do you have to wait till? I mean, how does that?
We've done it. And Jordan is the masterpiece behind all this. And the songs that we've written, it's all the songs on the album, 10 songs, the choir wrote them during lockdown. Jordan wrote many of them. I wrote one. And Jordan is doing all the layering of the music. He's great talent.
Yeah, so what I've done is arrange the choir parts, the harmonies, and obviously the soloist, and I've also done what the band's going to play. So what happens next is that when I bring all those pieces together, we'll be at the studio, and that's when the magic will happen.
Do you know, I can't wait to hear it, and I'd love to keep in touch with you as that process goes on, because it's an exciting thing, isn't it? I mean, you have a national and international reputation now. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
It's a responsibility as well, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And you know, there's a responsibility on you guys as coordinator and music director and so on to be providing that. You've got these amazing artists, creative artists. You've got to provide them with the right tools.
That's right.
Most definitely.
No pressure.
No pressure. I'm excited, to be honest with you, because although it's in gospel music, but there's also different styles that will appeal to everybody.
Yes.
So it's It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know, I'm so thrilled to have you in the studio. I can't tell you. It's just the most uplifting and wonderful thing. Your music is just beautiful. If people want to see more of it, can they find it on YouTube
yes.
or wherever? Where will they find you?
Yeah, so we are on social media, EAGA, so EAGA. Our website is also www.eaga.com. So they can find us on there, follow us on Twitter, on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
TikTok.
And they'll be able to hear some of our music. Even the choirs that want to use some of our music, we've got harmony parts there. We've got resources that they can use.
Oh, that's amazing, because there is a generosity. I didn't really get into that, but you're keen to help other choirs as well.
And what you'll find as well on our social medias is the whole process as we go along with this album as well. So there'll be footages of various things.
Come in and tell us about it again really soon.
Oh, don't worry, I'll be back.
So if people put EAGA, they'll find your GoFundMe and all the rest of it. So if people want to help out, they can do. You've got a way to go with the old fundraising, but the best of luck.
Thank you.
It's been a great pleasure to have you in the studio. Thank you.
It's been brilliant.
Really,
thank you.